Yeah, so guys, welcome to the African Fighters. My name is Farouk. I was having a little issue with the Instagram stream. Was streaming on both YouTube and on Instagram, and yeah, I hope you can hear me. Please, if you can hear me, let me know in the comments, both on Instagram and on YouTube. If you can hear me, please just okay. Yeah, okay, awesome, awesome stuff. Thank you very much. Okay, so today we'll be looking at UFC 297. Dricus Du Plessis or Sean Strickland versus Dricus Du Plessis. This will be taking place in Toronto next year, January 20th. So yesterday the UFC held their season 2024 seasonal press conference from January to March event, which is UFC 270, 297, 298, and 299, featuring Sean Strickland, Dricus Du Plessis, Alex Volkanovski, Ilya Topuria, and also Sean O'Malley versus Chito Vera. But as you all know, this is African fighters. I'm going to be focusing on our African fighter, no other than Still Knox Dricus Du Plessis. So Dricus Du Plessis yesterday showed up. I've never seen that version of Dricus Du Plessis ever, in my opinion. I think this is the first time it's actually the main event of a press conference. Let's use that term. And Dricus Du Plessis came with the full smoke. And I was thinking he's going to be the kind of the shy guy, not talking too much. He was still humble, decided not to go too much, but he brought all the smoke. But I'm not going to give you too much spoiler. We're going to do something new today. This is not a podcast. This is the African Fighters press conference reaction or preview or review. We're going to be watching the press conference together, and I'll be giving you my reaction and my comments. So let's take a look at before we jump into this. Sorry, straight away. This is my first time doing this combined live stream, so please bear with me. Before we go straight into this, make sure to follow the African Fighters on all social media platforms. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as well. And also, one big thing happening, we're running the African Fighters Award 2023. This voting starts today, so you can click on the link, the website www.theafricanfighters.com. You can check our link in bio on Instagram. You can check our community tab on YouTube, and also you can check our Twitter page, which is fighters underscore Africa on Twitter. So you can vote there. Vote for your favorite fighter. We'll have different categories: the African Fighter of the Year, Global African Fighters of the Year, Africa Female Fighter of the Year, Breakthrough Fighter of the Year, and so on and so forth. Coach of the Year, Promotion of the Year. So we're doing our own bit in shining light on African combat sport. So also you can support us on Patreon. We've been on Patreon for a while. Shout out to our patron so far. We have Christopher Graham, who has been a long time supporter of the platform. We also have King Dems, Ademola. Shout out to these guys. You can also join our Patreon, pledge whatever you want to pledge, any amount you can, and get a chance to come on our weekly live podcast on the Sundays and to share your thoughts, join the conversation with regards to MMA, boxing, and kickboxing. So now, without further ado, let's jump straight into our reaction video. UFC 297. We are going to be talking about the important bits of this press conference. I'm going to be highlighting the conversation, Dricus Du Plessis, Sean Strickland. So let's jump straight into this. But before we do that, I'm also going to talk about like I mentioned, I was talking about the important bit of this press conference, the buzz boast, if you want to put it. So this is the UFC 2024 seasonal press conference. So I'll be walking you through the most interesting part. So let's start. After I play a certain part of the clip, I'll give my reaction and tell you what I think.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming out today. We appreciate it. Who's got the first question?
I'd like to kick off with Sean Strickland, please. Sean, last time out, you had an amazing performance against Israel Adesanya. Dricus is up next. How does your style match up to his, and how do you think he'll compare to Izzy?
Man, I wish I could see you, dude. Where the fuck are you, Raise? Oh, there we go. I got you back there with your pink shorts, dude. Hey, you're looking clean today, bro. You're looking sharp.
I heard you were here. I dressed up nice.
Watch out, ladies. This man's looking good today. Anyways, yeah, dude, Dricus is a tough motherfucker, dude. Look at this fucking guy, man. You know, walk through Whitaker, tough guy.
Also, guys, shout out to the Mark Live. This clip is from the Mark Live YouTube channel. Shout out to them. We're going to be using that video for this reaction. And as you can notice, Sean Strickland is starting the press conference like G, the boss, trying to take center stage, controlling the event. So let's keep going.
The only thing, Dricus, just don't let your coach grab your dick no more. We ain't about this shit, guys. It's gonna throw me up. I'm gonna be fighting. I'm gonna look over, they're gonna be making out and shit. I can't handle this shit. Let's just have a nice, clean fight, no dick grabbing.
Dricus, what?
So you can see, Sean started the presser with jabs, throwing jabs at Dricus Du Plessis. So he's talking about something that happens with Dricus Du Plessis camp. Their coach, a very, very credible coach, Coach Mon Vissel, is the coach. He's like the father of Dricus Du Plessis, Cameron Simon, Mark Holmes. So there's this bromance, this relationship they have where the coach kisses his fighter in the forehead, in the cheek, hug them, tap them on the leg, and so on and so forth. So Strickland is making reference to that, trying to create a narrative that is not there, trying to insinuate something that we all know what he's trying to say. So let's see Dricus' reaction to that.
What do you make of Sean Strickland, right? He's a great fighter, but also he's quite the personality. When you hear things like, don't let your coach grab your dick, what do you make of that?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's probably not the worst advice in the world. But, you know, Sean Strickland is a fighter. I mean, the guy came out short notice, beat one of the best to ever do it at middleweight. And he did it in spectacular fashion. Deserves all the respect that he's getting. And I think he's a tremendous fighter. And we're going to have one heck of a fight come 20th January.
Hey, that is damn.
So you see something that happened here. You notice what happened. Dricus Du Plessis intercept that or replied Strickland in the most classy fashion. He said that's not a bad advice, not the worst advice out there. So Dricus is rolling with the punch. So he's not taking it personal.
True from this man, and he's always down to die, bro. It's gonna be a war.
Sean, which was the bigger upset, you and Izzy or him and Rob?
Fuck, I mean, here's the thing, man. If I learned one thing about that fight, Dricus is either that good or fucking Whitaker is that bad. I mean, he fucking made fucking. I'm telling you, bro. Like, I was on the sidelines watching this mother talking to Izzy the whole time, and then he just goes and walks you fucking Whitaker, man. This mother. But hey, let's go, fucking random. I like that guy. I fucking like that guy. I love you fucking guys. Man, I'm just sad, you guys, I'm not fighting in the States. You know, they had, you know, they call me sexist, but here I am going to Canada to help a woman co-main event.
So yeah, so as you can hear from Strickland, he started with the jabs, trying to get into Dricus' head, trying to create a narrative. You all know, trying to insinuate that they are maybe the G word, and I'm trying to use some kind of narrative there. But Dricus did not fall for that. He said that's not a bad advice if that's what he thinks. And Sean went ahead when asked about Dricus' fight with Whitaker, and was he a fluke? And Sean was saying instead of Dricus is that good or Whitaker is that bad. In his mind, he's trying to say Whitaker did not show up to that fight. So kind of saying Dricus was kind of lucky. But let's carry on, and we'll move straight to the next bit of this press conference, and this will be around the 7-minute mark. And let's take a look at that. 7 minutes.
This fucking sport. Dana, what happened? What fucking happened, Dana?
Is there another question?
John,
Question for Dricus. Dricus, you proved a lot of doubters wrong in your last fight when you beat Robert Whitaker. Do you consider yourself an underdog coming into this fight with Sean?
I honestly don't give a shit if I'm an underdog going into any fight. No, once I step in there, I'm the favorite every single time. All of you booing right now, go. 1, 2, 3, go. I can't wait to turn those into cheers once again.
So you can see here what Dricus just did is just showing that confidence. The reporter asked him if he think he's the underdog going into this fight. Throughout his career in UFC, a lot of people say Dricus isn't good. He's the underdog. Fighting style is boring. An unorthodox style of fighting. He fought like a drunken master and so on and so forth. But he had issues with his nose. He did the surgery. He came against Robert Whittaker, showed up, put on a classic performance, and finished Robert Whittaker. So they ask him again, does he feel like he's the underdog going into this fight? And he said, I'm not the underdog. I don't think to hell with underdog. So Dricus is coming out here this time around, imposing himself. You get coming out, showing that I'm here and I deserve this, and I'm here at the top of the mountain. I'm going to compete for the belt. No underdog in this situation. So, which is also an interesting scenario. So let's carry on.
Next question for Alex. Alex, you were very outspoken.
Okay, so this question for Alex. So now move straight to the next bit of this presser, which is around the 11-minute mark, involving Dricus and Strickland again. 11 minutes 30 seconds. Somewhere around here.
Second round.
Oh yeah? Too much chemicals in that head, you fucking pussy. Little bit, right?
Go ahead. Who's got the next question?
My question's for Dricus. I'm curious what your thoughts are on Sean's rise. Obviously, he's grown a big fan base, but from what we've seen in there and what we saw against Israel Adesanya, what have you made of him as a competitor?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really a rise, let's be honest. It wasn't like he was taking out number 3, 4, or whatever. He got an opportunity, but this is a game of opportunities. He took the opportunity, it paid off. So nothing but respect there. He got that fight on short notice. He showed up, and he showed that whatever the stakes, doesn't matter how big of a risk. He came out there, and for him, that was the most important fight of his life. And he made the most of that opportunity. So well done to it. But this is not an opportunity. He's not getting an opportunity. I was scared of who? Yeah, I was scared after knocking out Robert Whittaker. You're definitely right.
And so I guess the follow-up to that is, what do you do differently, or what do you think you bring that Israel wasn't able to when he fought Sean?
Well, knockout power, firstly, and the fact that I can wrestle, I can grapple, and that I go out there to fight. I don't go out there to win by points and run around in the octagon. I go out there to fight, and that I can do better than anybody in the world.
So as you can hear from that part, you can see Dricus Du Plessis answering with confidence, also throwing some little jabs here and there at Izzy Adesanya. He mentioned that he's not going to run around. He has knockout power. He can grapple, he can wrestle. He's an all-rounder. And that is what makes Dricus unique. And that's what is still a question mark for Adesanya. We've not seen Adesanya go down, go on the ground to grapple, even though we know he has the skills, but how good is Izzy? He prefers to stand. He's a kickboxer, and Dricus is kind of trying to throw shade in there, and we'll get it. So, fantastic. So let's keep going, and let's get the next point.
Question from Marlon to your right here.
Okay, so that's a question from Marlon Vera. So next bit of this presser is going to be around the 14-minute mark. I think I'm right. 14 minutes. Yeah, somewhere around here.
Question for Dricus. Dricus, after your last fight, a lot of people were excited for the fight between you and Adesanya. Will taking the belt from Sean still feel just as big of an event to you?
My guy, to be honest, I don't give a shit who's holding the belt when I fight for it. I'm not here to fight Israel Adesanya. I'm not here to fight anyone. I'm here to become the world champion. That's the only thing that matters to me. I don't care who's holding on to that belt. As soon as Sean Strickland won that belt, my focus immediately shifted to him, and Israel Adesanya, like he is right now, became completely irrelevant to me.
And then question for Sean Strickland. Sean, when you...
So as you heard, because Israel is irrelevant to him. As soon as the belt shift hands, his focus was on the champion. So he doesn't care who is holding the belt, whether it be it Sean Strickland, be it Adesanya, Robert Whittaker. Dricus has his eyes on the prize, and that's an incredible mindset. So he's not bothered about the beef with Adesanya, the true African, the fake African. That's not his problem. I'm going next for the belt. So let's take a look at what Strickland has to say in response to that.
Become a champion, a lot more attention, a lot more people want your time. How do you stay focused to stay ahead of the game?
I don't know, man. It's just a fucking belt, dude. There's so many savages in this fucking division. My bank account's bigger. It's fucking nice. I can stop a little bit more, but you guys know me. I don't give a fuck about that belt. I just want to make motherfuckers bleed. And Dricus is the next one who's going to fucking bleed. I can't fucking wait. You can take this belt and you can give it to anybody in the fucking stands. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about this belt. The only thing I want to do is make this fucking man bleed, and it's going to be a good one. And by the way, Dricus, I like Dricus, but we're going to fight each other. We don't got to be fucking friends. You know, I don't.
So the a lot of stuff was going on here. So I'm just going to, in order not to forget, just try to touch on that. So like I mentioned earlier, Dracos talked about going for the belt. I don't care about anything else. I just want to compete for the title. I don't care who is holding the belt. So Sean tried to take the same approach. The belt doesn't mean anything to me. I can give it to anybody here in the stands. All I want to do is to go in there and beat Dricus Du Plessis. That's also the approach he's going with. So let's take a look at what Sean is going to say next.
Don't got to be your coach. I'm not trying to grab your dick. You want to talk about scared? Dricus had a pretty easy fight with Whitaker, to his credit. Injury-free. They offered him a world title. And he said, no, I rolled my fucking ankle. So let's not talk about being scared. They offered me that coming off the couch.
Yeah, but you were ranked number 7. You knew you would never make it up the ladder.
You and jack shit nothing, and I answered the fucking call.
You are a nip one, slip one fighter.
Enjoy.
You look the part. That's the way you fight. You are not world championship material. You won by fluke, and that's the one.
I won by
the highest point in your life.
So this is also very, very important. I'm going to touch on this. This is one of the most important part of the press conference. So Sean Strickland, still trying to get into Dricus Du Plessis' head, mentioned that Dricus ducked the fight, pulled out of the fight for Israel Adesanya. The fight Sean took to become the champion. And a lot of people had that mindset that Dricus should have gone in for that title shot, that in the UFC, opportunity sometimes doesn't come twice. Take the opportunity once is there, and Dricus just finished, defeated Robert Whitaker, one of the toughest guy in the division, and just in 2 months or 3 months time, he's supposed to fight Adesanya at in Australia, I think in Perth, Australia, for the title. So Dricus wasn't 100%. He was injured, and he decided to take a break, heal up, and compete at 100%. So you can't fault the man for doing that. He also want the best for himself. He doesn't want to go in there also lose the fight and not get a chance to redeem himself. And he doesn't want to make excuses. So I'll wait. When I'm ready, I'll take the fight. Whereas in Dricus' defense, Dricus countering that, he said Sean Strickland will never have been champion. He got opportunity. He was round number 6 or 7, and he was called in, and he put his hand out there like, I can take this fight on short notice. And luckily for him, he won the title, according to Dricus Du Plessis. He believed Sean Strickland's victory was a fluke. I don't say it was a fluke, but I also have similar sentiment because in that fight, Sean Strickland dropped Adesanya early in the first round. Adesanya managed to survive that fight, and he wasn't in that fight throughout from round 2 to 5. Adesanya just hold on in that fight, just not to lose by submission or via knockout or TKO. So in a way, I see where Dricus is coming. I agree with Dricus. So let's carry on with the presser.
Well, my fucking walk through Izzy, and I'm gonna walk through you, you motherfucker.
You didn't even finish him. That's not walking
through somebody. Calm down, my brother. Calm down.
You know how you walk through somebody? You knock them out. That you get the ref to say, stop. You are going to kill this man. You don't let a judge decide you're winning the fight. I make the choice if I'm winning
just understand.
That's what a man does.
Way out. I took
Try to finish a fight. Try to finish a fight with your 33% finish rate. 33%
off the
finish
fucking
rate.
Couch doing nothing. I went and beat the best striker in the fucking world. One of the fucking legends of this sport. I fucking walked through him while your bitch ass was icing a fucking ankle.
Like I said, that's the height of your career. You will always remember that fight.
Go fuck your coach.
So you notice something happening here. You can see Dricus is 100% winning this presser. He's currently in the head. He's in Sean Strickland's head. He's rent free, living rent free. In Sean Strickland's head. So Dricus also counter Sean Strickland, like I mentioned, talking about it being a fluke, and that he can't finish even Easy. He could not finish Easy in that fight. Despite rocking Easy, Easy wasn't himself. Easy was running throughout the fight. He still could not finish Easy. And Dricus bragged about his finish rate, 33% finish rate, knockout rate. So Dricus comes in with that powerful one. One amazing thing about Dricus Du Plessis is that his calmness and with the trash talk and with that calmness is just so incredible. He doesn't look aggressive, but Sean is already getting angry, all aggressive. Is already getting Dricus already getting into Sean Strickland's head, and Sean did not have anything to say than to go back to making reference to Dricus Du Plessis' coach, your coach, and you touching the kissing and all that. So he's making another that same narrative. That's all he has to say. But Dricus is bringing numbers and stats and facts together. So and also mocked him of not being able to finish Adesanya. Why Strickland is saying Dricus ducked the Adesanya fight. So let's carry on and see what's next.
Why are you looking so
questions?
sad now, Sean? Why are you looking so sad?
Why are you looking so sad, Sean? Dricus is a good throw. Now the reverse is the case now. Sean started the presser with trolling Dricus, and Dricus is now winning that trolling Sean. Why are you looking so sad? More like, why are you crying? So
Question for Sean Strickland. Sean, Colby Covington has described you as an excuse of a human.
So now this is going to be Sean talking about Colby Covington, and he's going to try to take the moral stand, talking about let's take a look.
Hey, how many? Let me see. You guys, Colby fans in here? Give me a show of hands. You guys, let me give you some facts on Colby. Colby is an utter piece of shit.
What do you know about facts? You can't even read,
I'm
bro.
explain to Colby what Colby is. If you know Colby on a personal level, he fucked over everybody he fucking knows. And I take Colby as a personal insult to me.
Take a look at Dana looking at Sean Strickland. You can look at that look. Feeling sorry for Sean Strickland. So Sean Strickland is trying to run away from the fight with Dricus Du Plessis because Dricus Du Plessis is currently winning the war of words. So Sean is trying to escape that whole blasting by talking about Colby Covington.
Because the Trumpsters, the Republicans, you guys are my fucking people. The blue collar workers, you guys are my fucking people. And you have a like Colby come in here and taking up the banner. He don't give a fuck about you. And him making fun of Leon's dad, that is the biggest fucking cunt move you can do. That is the biggest cunt move to do. Leon's mom, dad, bad guy, good guy, doesn't fucking matter. He raised the boy. She raised the boy to be a fucking man, to win a title, to be a good man. And a real fucking American would applaud him for that. They wouldn't tear him down.
Let's applaud Sean Strickland for the moral advice. In my opinion, he's trying to run away from Dricus Du Plessis, but I'll skip this. We'll move to the next interesting bit of this presser. That's going to be around the 20-minute mark. And this was a bit intense as well. Somewhere around this point. Let's see.
You know, the Sphere we're doing on Mexican Independence Day. A lot of things happening in and around and with Mexico this year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Sean Strickland, from a competition standpoint.
I'm in the smell. Hey, buddy, we got one from the smell. Let's go, dude.
From a competition standpoint, is Dricus the toughest guy they can put in front of you? Is your first title defense in the middleweight division?
Here's the thing, man. Dricus is tough. I've sparred people who he's fought. I know what he is. Yeah, he beat fucking Whitaker, but guess what? I would fucking destroy Whitaker. Fuck Whitaker. I don't understand why that is like the biggest accomplishment.
This was Sean is saying he Dricus is good. He's trying to give Dricus props and saying that he would have destroyed Whitaker. I doubt that. He never fought Whitaker. The fight was there all along. Sean never took that fight, so I don't understand how he believes he's going to beat Whitaker. I think to beat Whitaker in that division, it takes a lot. Likes of Easy and Dricus and who else? Maybe Paulo Costa. I don't know. But let's carry on.
Whitaker, from a fight perspective, he has one thing. He has a blitz. Dricus shut it down. He had nothing left. So at the end of the day, man, yeah, Dricus could fight. But I'm going to fucking do a master class on him. I'm going to fucking walk through Dricus. And I'll tell you what, I'm probably not going to finish that man because he's going to die in the ring. And if I don't finish him, you're going to see 5 rounds of him getting the utter shit kicked out of him.
So for me, this is 1L for Sean Strickland. He said he's going to walk through the Dricus Du Plessis. He's going to go in and put a wall. Dricus, as we know, is a brawler. Dricus will find a way of finishing you. If you come in trying to brawl like he did with Adesanya, Dricus is going to get a standing choke, the standing submission. Could take Sean to the ground and finish Sean in the ground, and also he can also counter. He's also a counter striker. So, and Sean also making reference of Dricus being a warrior and also saying that he may not finish Sean Strickland. I think that's even one weakness. He may not finish Dricus. I think that's even one sign of weakness. As a fighter, you should be going in with the mindset of finishing your opponent. He's saying, I may not finish Dricus, but I'm going to go in there and put a beating on him. So let's go and see.
I fucking promise you that. To the fucking death, Dricus.
Dricus, he was able to win the Australian fans over. You're a proud South African. How do you think the South African fans feel about Sean Strickland?
The South African fans, they don't care about Sean Strickland. They are only caring about one thing, is getting that belt home. Being world champions, what we are, and I'm going to prove that in January 20th.
The South African fans don't care about Sean Strickland. All they care about is the championship, bringing the belt back to Africa, bringing the belt to South Africa. So so a mature response. Dricus is just a cool and calm guy. He knows how to respond. He knows how to answer. He knows how to bait you and all that. So a good response. And South Africa, as you know, they are the champion in rugby, I believe, and also in cricket. So they are doing well in other sports. So Dricus want to be the first to take the belt, the UFC belt, to South Africa, and also currently the first African fighter to bring back the belt. Well, since we've lost all 3 belts, Kamaru Usman is no longer champion, Adesanya is not champion, and also Ngannou is no champion. So Dricus is going to be the guy bringing the belt in the new era. So let's carry on.
He said he's going to walk through me, and I'm glad that you won't finish me. You won't even get close. But don't worry. There won't be enough.
I don't got to worry
you
about finishing. Your coach will finish you in the back like you're fucking used to. Don't worry about that. You're going to get fucking finished that night. Your coach got you.
Bro, why are you so angry? Bro, you think your dad beat the shit out of you? Your dad doesn't have shit on me. I'm going to show you what it's like to beat you.
So another low blow here. So Dricus, I'm not going to fault Dricus so much here. He's making reference to Sean Strickland's dad. For those of you who don't know, Sean Strickland has talked about his dad in the past, of his dad being an abusive dad, abusing their mom, also beating them when they were kids. It was a rough upbringing for him. But I think Dricus was kind of was being a bit gentle on Sean, but Sean kept on making reference to his coach. Like I mentioned, Dricus' Coach Monvisel, very incredible coach, is a father figure to these fighters in South Africa, to the guys at CIT gym. So Dricus just felt, okay, if you keep going low, let me go a little bit low. And Dricus made reference to Sean Strickland's dad, that if you think your dad has taught you that much in terms of beating you or scolding you as a child, I'm going to do way more than that. I'm going to put a hell of a beating on you. So that's what Dricus is saying. So let's carry on with the reaction, with the presser, and I'll give my
every childhood memory you have is gonna come back when I'm in there with you. Every single one, the one where you lie in bed at night, where your dad comes in and he beats the shit out of you.
I will take your fucking soul. You understand me, you fucking pussy? Yeah, you fucking laugh, you fucking.
Yeah, I got a nerve. I see I hit a nerve there.
Yeah, you fucking did hit a nerve, you fucking bitch. Go ice your fucking ankle, you fucking coward.
Oh, man, that's it.
All right, guys, I'm going to square these guys off and for
and
photo op.
Fuck you up, Dricus.
Thanks for coming. We appreciate it.
Beat me after, you fucking bitch.
So you can see Dricus won the presser, I would say maybe 10-8 or 10-9 if you want to use MMA scoring system. Or I would say submission. For me, I'll go submission. Dricus submitted Sean Strickland. The last part of the presser, you can see Sean was triggered. Sean was so angry because of his Dricus making reference to his dad. This is similar to what Kobe did this before or a day earlier, where he mentioned Leon Edwards. But that was more serious and in a bad way. But Dricus is making reference to similar thing, but in terms of beating. So he's going to put a beating on Sean Strickland. And Sean Strickland was triggered to the extent that Dana White was trying to end the presser, and Sean kept on going. And also over in the face-off, when they went for the face-off, Sean was so angry, so annoyed. He wanted to fight Dricus right away. So guys, that is it. That is the preview, the press conference reaction. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope it was fun. It was my first time streaming on StreamYard and on Instagram at the same time. It was difficult to handle at the start, but it was a fun one. So tell me what you think. Share your thoughts. I'm still here for some few minutes. You can drop your question on Instagram. I'll pick some of your questions and react to your questions. You can also drop your questions also on YouTube if you're on YouTube currently watching. So in my opinion, I think Dricus is currently in the heads of has gotten to the head of Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland wanted to take the same approach to kind of psychologically messed up Dricus Du Plessis, but Dricus Du Plessis played the reverse game. And for me, he won the press conference. We're looking at the main press conference coming up in January. This fight is UFC 297, January 20th in Toronto, Canada. You don't want to miss it. The chance for the belt to come back to Africa. South Africa, stand up. Africa, stand up. Dricus Du Plessis representing the continent, and we're all behind Dricus Du Plessis. We're giving 100% support. And from what Dricus has shown in this presser, is going to be a very, very fascinating and classic fight. May likely go being one of the contender for fight of the year. Like I mentioned, guys, we are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on YouTube. And currently, our African Fighters Award 2023 is currently live. Go to our website, theafricanfighters.com, to cast your vote. You can also cast your vote on YouTube. Go to our community tab. You can see the poll. You can vote. On Instagram, click the link in bio. Flowcode.com/African Fighters. You can also cast your vote there. On Twitter, go to Fighters _ Africa on Twitter. Click on the pin post and cast your votes. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for supporting the African Fighters. And also, like I mentioned, on Patreon, lastly on Patreon, you can support us on Patreon. You can donate whatever you can. You can support us. You have the chance to give us your topic to discuss in our weekly podcast. You have the chance to come on our live podcast to interact with the guys, to join the African Fighters gang. So please, the support is very, very important. If you support us, help us to grow this platform, help us to build a team, to make it what it is. Currently, we're only one of the few channels from the African MMA space or combat sports space doing what we're doing. We need your support, the African people, to help us keep doing what we're doing. So guys, thank you very much. Hopefully see you some other time. Peace out from Farouk, the African Fighters. See you some other time. Bye for now.